Jason, very nice to meet you. My name is Jessica, and before we start, I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
Yes, prepare yourself.
You don't like scary movies.
I don't, and you are responsible for the nightlight in my room, so thank you very much for that, okay? I needed to tell you.
I apologize.
You're the reason I had to sleep with the light on my room.
Which movie did it to you?
Actually, Insidious.
Oh, really? The
yes,
first one?
The story. I feel like it's so real, you know?
Good.
It's something that maybe could happen to somebody, I don't know.
Yes, it could. It could. I'm glad to hear that. We're doing our job then.
You're doing your job. Well, first of all, what's the secret to making people jump out of their seats?
The secret to making people jump out of their seats is to get them very involved in the story of what they're watching. So that to care about the characters and get them really invested in what's happening on the screen. So that way, when you have a scare, it comes out of nowhere and really frightens you. You can have the best scare in the world, but if you're not involved in the storytelling, it's not that effective.
That's a very good question. I think it's personal. I mean, I think there's two kinds of scares. You know, there's the jump scare, which we all get if something startles you. There's being startled and there's being frightened, and I think those are two different things. So being startled, sometimes I think the monsters in movies have the effect of both some of the time. The way the movie is edited, there'll be a jump scare, where something will come out or you're not expecting it, and there's your startle. But within that, there's also a psychological fear of what's happening in the story. So I think that when the story brings you in emotionally, you get both those you get both the startle and the real fear from the inside. So, and I think Insidious does both.
Me he enfrentado a muchos demonios en mi vida.
Elize!
Pueden ser aterradores. Pero este es diferente.
You're the queen of horror for me, so...
Oh my goodness.
You are.
I'm the least scary person you'll ever meet.
So was there any point while working that you were genuinely freaked out?
Yeah, but not having to do with the story. I mean, making movies is hard, and it's so there's the fear around that if you hope you're doing a good job, you hope you can remember. There's a lot of things to remember, a lot of things to continuity to be able to do over and over and still have them be fresh. But in terms of the actual fear from the monster or from the demon or that's pretty much manufactured. I mean,
it's acting.
It is acting, but it's still real because those emotions have to come from somewhere, And my emotionality is pretty surface. I mean, I'm that way in real life, which I guess is an asset as an actress. Sometimes not so much as a person, but I hope it all feeds into the story that we're telling. So.
And after doing movies like this, do you believe in ghosts?
I'm mixed about it. I had one experience where I feel like I saw, yes, one time I do feel like I saw a ghost, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe in ghosts or not, to tell you the truth.
I believe in everything. I think we know so little. There's so much we know nothing about.
Like the father.
Totally. I mean, there really is. Who knows? You can't see music, but you can hear it. So, all those things, sound waves, energy, which they know exist, that we really don't see on our daily lives. So I'm not the one to say, oh no, I really don't believe it. I believe in protecting yourself with positivity, reality, to be able to really take in what's around you and process it without being terrified, and there's a lot to be afraid of it. Like there, thank you.
So
Okay, we believe in you. We believe in you. Really? Maybe I ought to do it too. We're talking about ghosts, totally. Okay, thank you. We do believe in you, and you're all good. We love you.
He visto espíritus antes, todos estos años.
Yo también veo cosas.
Pero este es diferente.
And if you were a ghost or a demon, who would you haunt?
If I were a ghost or a demon?
Or a demon, yes.
Oh
who
my
would you
God,
haunt?
that's such a long list. My God, the President of the United States.
That's a good one.
That's who I would haunt.
So funny, Getting inside Donald Trump.
I would haunt him. I would be relentless.
Donald, you don't want to end up like me.
Just admit what happened, Donald. Fake ghost news. Somebody help.
Well, you're known for doing lots of low-budget horror movies, all hits. What's your secret?
Our secret is we work with great people and we do it on low budgets, and those are our two things that we really are very strict about keeping our budgets very low, and we're very careful about the people that we choose to work with.
And I would like to know if you experienced some paranormal activity while filming on set. Well,
we just had a little
besides
supernatural. While we were on set, not really. I had some strange things happen at my home right before we started shooting, and I actually had my house cleansed.
Really?
And I had never done that before, and it just was unnerving enough, and I knew I was getting ready to do the film, and so I nothing bad happened, and my friend who came is a psychic, and he's told me some pretty interesting things, so I believe in everything, as we said. So, but on set itself, we had a lot of goodwill. It's hard shooting, some of it, but the directors are great. I mean, Adam Robitel, who directed this, has a very forward energy, good energy about him, and Lee Winnell is just priceless in terms both of what he does as Specs, as the character, and he's written the entire series. So he had great energy. So we had very positive energy around the shoot. I think it kept away the demons.
You were like Elize in real life.
Right?
And when you do a movie like this, do you have nightmares sometimes?
I have nightmares, but not because of the movies that we're doing, but I do have plenty of nightmares, yes, although not necessarily about the
inspiration for the movies, right?
Yes, exactly. My nightmares inspire the movies, exactly, that's right.
I don't usually have nightmares about the film itself. It's funny, I mean, when you have dreams, it's good to, I try to remember what I'm afraid of, things that scare me. Sometimes it's very mundane things, as we all know. But I don't really have dreams about demons. That doesn't cause fear in me.
That's so good.
People cause fear in me.
That's right.
People
Humans
cause
are
fear.
the ones we should be afraid of.
Totally.
If we can find out what it is, we can stop this curse.
And is it kind of fun shooting a horror movie, or is it actually scary and intense?
It's much more fun to shoot a horror movie. Actually, one of the reasons I love making horror movies is the sets are fun and funny, and people who make, all of us don't take ourselves so seriously. The set of a horror movie actually, and this is odd to say, but it's true, is much more fun than the set of a comedy. The set of a comedy, if you know, is very serious, and everyone's really stressed out. Our movies are fun. They're fun to make, horror movies.
I can imagine.
They're
everybody
fun.
Running and yelling.
Yeah. And well, they're not, also it's not, when you're putting a movie, you make a movie by doing tiny little pieces at once, obviously, and it's just not scary at all. When Ethan Hawke did Sinister, he'd never done a horror movie before, and he was very nervous that he doesn't really like horror movies. And he was nervous he was going to be like you and have to be scared, and he was very relieved. There's nothing scary that happens on a horror movie. There's catering and a teacher and everything. It's not scary at all.
Because I was behind my popcorn the whole time, like this when I was watching your movie.
Well, that's good. Then we're doing our job. Yes. That's good.
For you, what's the ultimate horror movie that freaks you out every time you see it?
It changes a lot, but the movie I saw recently again and really loved is Rosemary's Baby. I think that's a great, scary movie. Yeah, did you like that one?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you have
I'm so afraid of
it's great.
horror movies. You have no idea.
Oh, you love it. You have to see it. It's really good.
I will.
It's not even bloody at all. No blood.
That's what I love about the films you make. They're creepy, but without being bloody.
Without being bloody, yeah.
That's
a lot
such
of them.
a good
A lot of
thing.
them are, yeah. Sometimes in The Purge there's a little blood, but otherwise we usually do.
Insidious,
Insidious is definitely much scarier. What you can imagine is always much what you can imagine is always much scarier than what you can show in a movie. Always.
And what can we expect from Insidious Chapter 4?
Insidious Chapter 4 is an origin story. So in the timeline of the Insidious movies, this movie, although it's the fourth one, comes before all the other three movies. And it really is the story of the character of Lynn Shaye. And Lynn has been with the movies for this is her fourth one, and she's become more and more popular, so we thought we'd do a movie about her and how she got to be who she is, and that's what this movie is about.
Well, Jason, thank you very much. Good luck with the movie. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And please stop.
I'll stop.
Because I can't take it anymore.
Okay,
stop.
Fair.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a
Thanks
pleasure.
a lot. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
It's been a pleasure.
I love you are beautiful. You are an angel. You're not she keeps the demons away.